This is the voice of the New York Football Giants, Bob Papa, and you are listening to the best throughout Europe, the Big Blue UK and Ireland podcast.
Welcome back, Giants fans, to the latest edition of the Big Blue UK and Ireland podcast. As always, we are proudly in association with Annie's Man Club. Lads, remember, it is okay to talk, and tonight we are 100% British, and as always, we are still 100% Giants. We are back after the bye week to start our countdown to the end of the season. It's the final countdown. And what better way to start that than to come up against division rivals and fellow 2025 strugglers, the Washington Commanders, where, personally, I think we have a genuine chance of winning a game this coming Sunday, which I'm sure will please Shane and many of the others that are firmly on board the tank train. And joining me tonight are Shane and Craig to round up everything that we've missed from our week off, and we'll chat about the game as well. Boys, how are we
doing? I'm here. I was saying to you guys, I feel like I've been on for a few weeks. And to be fair, it's getting like a little bit like Groundhog Day, covering the Giants at the minute and talking about anything to do with the Giants. I'm absolutely buzzing. There's only 4 weeks left. Like, you know, I'm like a kid getting down towards Christmas now. Like 4 weeks, then I'm done for 9 months.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It is becoming a struggle to kind of keep it up, isn't it? In the terms of the following the team, like the bye week being so late has been a detriment, really, because it's made it a struggle to try and enjoy the week of NFL last week. And obviously, as again, like we were saying off camera, like just the overall mood on socials is just horrific at the moment. And even Keith wants the season to be over. And Keith is normally, you know, one of our more optimistic friends when it comes to the Giants.
Is Keith on the tank train? That's the big question.
Oh, I mean, yes, that is
Keith on the tank train. Keith, let us know.
We'll be waiting for this one with bated breath.
Yeah, we will be. Yeah, it's, you know what, it's frustrating because we look forward to the season starting so much. And then in the space of maybe 2 months, it just goes downhill completely to the point where we just want the season to end. And it's a repeating cycle, isn't it? It has been over the last few years. Obviously...
I don't know about you boys, but I can't remember everything that was said. But I'm already dreading reviewing our bold predictions already. I'm already running scared of that train.
so obviously... We do them every year, and as we know, they're normally shocking, and it's weird because we're on the same wavelength there. Because I was watching the NFL preview for the Commanders Giants game, and they were like, the Giants are 28th in the league or something with 5 interceptions, and I was like, shit! I said 2 pick sixes and 15 plus interceptions on the season, so I already know I'm in for an absolute hiding on that one.
Yeah, I can think of one of my ones that is not looking great.
Pretty sure I said Russell Wilson 4,000 yards as well.
But all this is coming to in an episode in the near future.
In the very near future. Probably one of the first ones of the new year.
Kiefer said he's not on the tank train, but he is on the for fuck's sake forklift.
I'll join you on that for fuck's sake forklift, Keith. Let's get on that forklift. I love it.
I'm guessing that forklift has more downs than ups as well.
Oh, plenty of downs. At the moment, it's through the fucking floor at the moment. Oh God, I love it. Yeah, it's just been a rubbish season, isn't it? And we can't wait for it to finish. 4 games to go, 4 weeks to go. Roll on. Was it the 4th of January when the regular season's finally over? It's not far away.
And that sentence right there, people, have just been snipped from the last 4 years of podcasts.
Yeah, exactly that. So, yeah, roll on the 4th of January. we're already beginning to look forward and look ahead to next season, because we've got a fair bit of to talk about later on, haven't we, Shane? Yeah, we do. But yeah, if you are watching live, yeah, I'm sure everyone knows what's coming as well. If you're watching live on YouTube, X, or Facebook, get involved in the comments, send us your questions, get your game predictions in as well. We'll be calling the game at the end. There might be a couple of surprises in there, who knows? And don't forget to like the episode, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, and for the audio listeners, feel free to leave us a review on your podcast platform of choice. Craig's filling in for Aaron. How many stars?
Fumph stars.
We're going German this week. Nice, I like that. Fumph stars.
I thought you could say it then, I ain't going to lie. I don't know German, I thought you could say it then.
Maybe we should do that every week, just a different language for the number 5, just to mix it up a little bit. Maybe start a trend there, Craig.
Who knows? I mean, the NFL did announce yesterday that they are going back to Munich 2026 and 2028.
It did.
Now, funny enough, obviously the kind of rumours started that the Giants could be going back, and 2 years ago, that's what we heard. 2 years ago? Last season, that's what we heard when we were in Munich was, 2 years' time, it will be the Giants. Now, the NFL yesterday revealed that the Falcons have been told they will be one of the home teams, and the Falcons only hold international rights in Germany. So chances are they will be that team next year. And the Lions have also been rumoured, and I think the Falcons have a home game against the Lions. So as a Giants fan, it might be best to temper your expectations for that one, but maybe look towards 2028. But it changes. So, when the Irish game was happening this year, everyone thought it was going to be the Packers because it all just made sense there. And then obviously that ended up being the Steelers versus the Vikings. So things change so quickly, it could swing back Giants' way. But I do think know. Probably looking at
might be going to Madrid next year. Who knows?
We could go elsewhere. That's the thing. They will announce new opportunities for teams across.
Was there 3 German games this year?
No, it was one.
So I thought they had enough. There was obviously the one in Berlin. I thought there was another one in like Frankfurt or something like that.
No, so this year you had Dublin, London 3 times. You then had Madrid for the first time ever. You had Berlin for the first time ever as well, I think, at the Olympic Stadium. And then they also had Rio.
Mexico.
No, Mexico this year because...
No, it was Rio, wasn't it?
It was Rio. Next year, I think it's been confirmed, you've got Melbourne.
I could say there's Australia, right?
Yeah, Melbourne, Brazil, Germany. It's looking highly likely that the Saints will play in France. So if the Saints finish last, chances are the Giants will end up playing the Saints again next year because we always seem to play them. So it could be a little trip to Paris.
Maybe a trip to Paris.
Yeah, so...
Surely it'd have to be a Stade de France.
Yeah, I think it was.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it was.
That'd be cool.
World Cup 98 vibes.
Yeah, buddy. Just,
we're not saying them 2 words tonight.
World Cup. Yeah. For those that don't know, the pricing for the World Cup tickets was announced today, was it?
Yeah.
And for all those fans that are going out to the World Cup next year, it's not going to be cheap. It's not going to be cheap. It's absolute disgrace, if you ask me. You're pricing 90% of the fans out of it. But I guess it was always going to be on the cards, right? That's enough of football. Let's talk football. As usual, we're starting off with the latest news. Craig, over to you for plenty of things that we've missed while we've been away.
Yeah, it does seem like we've kind of exploded a little bit news-wise, especially personnel-wise, not just on the playing staff or players, but coaching staff as well. There's been another change. So I think that Aaron and myself mentioned this last week, but we started with the Packers signing 2023 7th round draft pick Jordan Riley off the practice squad. He hadn't played a game this year, but did play in 21 games across his first 2 seasons. So he was just...
Oh, shit. I must have missed that.
Yeah. So Jordan Riley's gone. His spot's been filled with Casey Rogers, our 2024 undrafted rookie free agent signing. He played 2 games last season for us. He was then with the Giants in the off-season until May, was let go. The Bills picked him up and then released him at the end of the preseason. He has been without a team since then, but he's now back on the practice squad. So you could imagine that will probably be keeping one eye on the end of the season on potentially retaining him as a exclusive rights free agent, or one of those ones where we can just put a tag on him and continue his development as a camp body next year. It looks like the Giants might be, I'll wait until Shane puts his drink down. I don't want him to drop it for any reason, but they might be learning from their previous mistakes when it comes to special teams. Their next move was they signed. Silly. I know. They signed veteran punter Cameron Johnston to the practice squad. This move has been made as an insurance move because Jamie Gillan has a knee injury. Guess when he picked up that knee injury? During the play where young Ku couldn't kick a field goal, and he was tackled as a ball carrier. Yep,
brilliant.
Johnson actually beat out 4 other punters to the job. Saying 4 other punters just makes me think of people in a pub. Like he beat 4 other punters to the job. Johnston has kicked in 99 games and has played for the Eagles, the Texans, the Steelers, and most recently, earlier this season, the Bills. His career average is 47.2 yards per punt, which actually is 4 yards per punt longer than Jamie Gillan's average this season. And he also has a 40% down rate inside the 20. So good insurance. Jamie Gillan is still not practicing at the moment, so it does look likely that he will be the go-to man. I might ask a question on this one because I think this is an odd one. Next up is returner Xavier Gibson, who's back with the Giants after a brief stint earlier this season. He was claimed off waivers after he was cut week 1 by the Jets after muffing a punt. The Giants then cut him, hoping he'd land on the practice squad. The Eagles then claimed him. The Eagles have used him in games, and they've now cut him after he fumbled in 2 games and caught a punt at did a fair catch at the 2-yard line. Why are we signing a punt returner who is basically just a quicker version of Eric Gray, who just muffs punts?
So just confirm, we've signed a guy who fair caught at the 2-yard line. I just need to make sure I've registered that the right way.
Yep.
Football IQ at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Fucking hell.
It's a weird one, this one, because I think I read a stat that he'd fumbled the ball 14 times on 126 touches.
I mean, to be fair, it's a smart move by the Giants because we signed someone who's worse. We then want Eric Gray back, and Joel Shane's justified his draft pick.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Chess, not checkers.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
You know what I mean? We ain't playing checkers. Man's playing chess.
Finally, on the player side, the Giants have cut receiver Ray McLeod from the practice squad. McLeod appeared in week 9 and week 10, was targeted once, caught it for 5 yards, and that's him done. He hasn't appeared since Dable was fired. He was obviously one of the players that had previous ties to our old head coach. So it would seem that Kafka is not a fan, whereas Dable was. And then we got a coaching firing, and this is an interesting one as well. Dable favourite and assistant defensive line coach, Brian Cox, who was a linebacker when at the Patriots when Dable was linebackers coach, when Dable was there as an offensive coach. So they had ties to each other there. Apparently, according to reports, Cox had checked out since Dave's departure, not really contributing in a good way. Our defensive line is also shite, so that might have had something to do with it. But the final straw apparently was because there was a disagreement over seating assignments being changed for the assistant coaches on the way back from New England, where normally they sit at the front of the plane, and they were told, no, you've got to sit at the back of the plane this time. And that was the final straw for Brian Cox. Apparently, he threw his toys out the pram and Kafka told him to do one. Have you ever heard something more Giantsy than a coach being fired because of where he sits?
My mum wants to be thankful he was allowed on the plane. Because I'd have fucking left him in. I'd have left him.
Right.
I'd have got Keith's bus out. I'd have got Keith's bus out and gone, you can get on that back to New York.
The old Blue Giants bus. We haven't seen that for a while, have we? We haven't seen that for
on
a
the
while.
bus.
On the bus.
Yeah.
Right.
That'll come back soon as well, ladies and gents. So don't you worry about that. On the bus.
I don't think that was enough roster moves, but we'll move on from that to happier news, I guess. Bobby Okereke has been named as the Giants nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. That was done during the bye week. It was weird. All the other teams were posting videos on X announcing it and showing how they told their player, and the Giants just put out like a highlight package of his and said it. And I thought it was a bit off, but then later on in the evening they did actually put out another video that showed him being told at a charity event that he had got it. And the way that they did it was they were auctioning off items of his, and someone bought a helmet out on stage and it had the sticker for Walter Payton Man of the Year on it, and that's how they kind of did it. So they redeemed themselves in that sense, but I just thought originally I thought it was a bit of a bad touch, but they brought it back around. So Okereke's been nominated because he's heavily involved in NFL Africa, and he actually founded the Nigerian American Football Outreach Program to help young athletes in Nigeria get the opportunities he did via essential resources like coaching, housing, food, and also trying to unlock their potential, not just on the field, but also off the field. The Nigerian flag football team actually won gold in the first ever Africa Flag Continental Championship that was held earlier this year, and they now have their sights set on the 2028 Olympics to try and compete in that at the flag football. Okereke also highlighted the Nigerian American Football Outreach on his cleats during the My Cleats, My Cause, My Cleats campaign that I think was last month. I think it's
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, So yeah, big shout out to Bobby O. The one thing that I actually really like about the NFL is the fact that they highlight a lot of the off the field stuff. It's one thing that I don't think that English football do enough. There are a lot of English footballers out there that have like charities and stuff, and you never hear about it.
I don't think they do anything, do they? Really?
There's a lot of players that do, but literally there's no sponsorship from the leagues about it. Like they don't show it off. So. Finally, more good news. Eli Manning is again one of the 26 modern era players to reach the semi-final stage for election to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Finalists will be cut down to 15 at the end of this month. First-time eligible players that he's up against this year, Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Frank Gore and Jason Witten. He was also up against Philip Rivers, but Philip Rivers, at 44 years old, is in contention to play for the Colts this week, and it will reset his Hall of Fame eligibility.
Did you know as well? Did you know if Philip Rivers plays this weekend, he'll be the first ever grandfather to play a game in the NFL?
Oh, I love that. So I was on with Shane from the Irish NFL show earlier this week on our AV Club sort of weekly thing that we do, and I did a lot of research into Philip Rivers. He will become the oldest player in the league by 3 years over Aaron Rodgers. He will become the 14th player to play age 44 or above. His tryout on Monday was actually on his 44th birthday, but he will not be even close to the oldest player, who I've forgotten the guy's name, but he played for the Raiders in 1975, and he was 48 years old, and he was a quarterback. And I guarantee if he took a hit, he was done.
Bones are crumbling. Bones are crumbling.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so one of the things that I also thought was quite interesting is that they didn't really look into like Ryan Tannehill. That's a baffling one to me.
There's plenty of other options out there, surely.
Oh, no. The other free agents are CJ Beathard, Jake Fromm. And as Keith says, Rivers will be older than both head coaches. Shane Steichen is 40, and Mike McDonald for the Seahawks, who the Colts play, is 38.
It's mental.
Shane, would you be on the football field at 44? I wouldn't be on the football field now.
I don't know. You pay me enough, and I will.
Yeah.
Man's got a full team of kids to pay and feed for. You know what I mean?
He's got like 12.
He's got
kids
11.
hasn't he?
Yeah, 11 kids. He's got enough for one side of the ball.
Yeah. He's got a whole offense right there.
He does.
When he did his press conference a couple of days ago. He did a press conference a couple of days ago, and he looks a bit porky, I must say.
He was asked what his weight was. And he declined to comment. Now, bear in mind, the last time he did a press conference, it was the Zoom press conferences during COVID. So he walked in and he was like, "This is weird."
So what are we saying then? We don't think Philip Rivers will get a rushing touchdown the weekend.
I would love to see what the odds are.
You never know, mate. But it is against the Seahawks, so their defense is pretty good.
Yeah, that is.
Stranger things have happened.
The Seahawks. I'm pretty sure they played the Texans as well at some point. He is going to be absolutely battered.
Yeah, they did. They did a number on Kansas City the other night, didn't they?
Yes,
impressive by the Texans defense. Very impressive.
Yeah.
Those injury report?
No, I don't. I'm just trying to look for it at the moment. I don't think I've seen anything released as of yet. I know Thibodeau still isn't practicing. Other than that, not as of yet. But I'll have a look and I'll try and update that after your next bit. So
no dramas. I'm just seeing if I can find it as well. I saw something yesterday, but obviously another report's going to come out today anyway. So
yeah, I don't think there's been anything just yet in the terms of official, but it will probably come while we're on.
There was plenty of did not practices yesterday, weren't there?
Yes.
Yeah, including DJ Davison, Victor Dimukeji, Jamie Gillen, Nick Jones, Nacho, Gunnar, Tibbs, and Greg Van Roten all didn't practice yesterday.
Well, yesterday's was tweeted at 20:58, so we could probably expect it to come through in the next 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, actually, one thing I haven't put in the news that was announced is that Art Green and Darius Musau are off IR and have had the opportunity to return to the team. So it'd be worth keeping an eye on the statuses of those two.
Yeah, I think they were both full practice yesterday, from what I can remember.
There we go.
So yeah,
there we go.
Cool. Nice. All right, yeah, keep an eye out for that, and obviously when we get that report, we'll bring it to you. On to this weekend's game then. Washington Commanders at home. 6:00 Sunday. Should be an interesting game. Washington haven't had the best of seasons after their appearance in the NFC title game last year. It's a sophomore slump of sorts for Dan Quinn as the Washington head coach. They started the season 3-2, so started off strongly. Obviously including the week 1 win against us in Landover. Since then, they've lost 8 straight, and they're now 3-10. And they only sit 1 game ahead of us in the division, and also lost a game last week, 31-0. And if you change where the hyphen is in 31-0, move left 1 number, you get 3-10. Whee! Coincidence? Much? Yeah, and they were also officially eliminated from playoff contention. After their loss last week, so both teams have nothing to play for apart from draft positions. So who's going to tank first? It's been pointless winning coming. Yeah, considering where we stand at the moment, we'll come on to that later. Jane Daniels, obviously his second season again as starting quarterback. He's missed plenty of time. He's missed 6 games so far. Dislocated his elbow a few weeks back after, in my opinion, being criminally left in the game against the Seattle Seahawks. While I think they were like 40-9 down in the game or something stupid like that. Why are you leaving the quarterback in the game? Goes and dislocates his elbow, and then he re-aggravates it last weekend as well. So because of the injuries to him and obviously the various injuries to other offensive players as well, the offense has struggled to have any sort of consistency, and the defense has been almost as poor as ours as well. Even with the addition of an aging Von Miller in the offseason, he's not really brought much to the defense. It's kind of been a mix of bad luck for some of the injuries. Obviously, Zach Ertz's horrific injury last week. He's lucky that it was only an ACL tear. It could have been a hell of a lot worse. Legs aren't meant to bend that way, ladies and gents. And he popped his ACL, and he was in tears at the end when he was being carted off. And Marcus Mariota was in tears with him on the sideline as well. So it wasn't a good look for him. It wasn't nice for him. But yeah, bad luck with some injuries, and like I said, poor player management as well. Keeping your starting quarterback in the game when you've got no hope of winning in the fourth quarter. And they've had obviously that instability on offense and defense. They've had a lack of depth in key positions as well. So the people that are looking at a glass half full are saying, well, hopefully the Giants can take advantage of that this weekend and get the win. Those that are looking at potentially not necessarily glass half empty, but let's look at the bigger picture, are thinking, please don't win the game this weekend. Please don't win the game this weekend. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, put it that way. But I think on paper and looking at it as well, obviously the Giants are currently favoured to win the game. They're 2.5-point favourites, which I don't think we've been favoured to win any game this season so far. So the fact that we're favourites at the moment, as it stands, is incredible to me. But my question for you boys is, I think if the Giants can't dominate this 3-10 Commanders team, considering they're going to be missing a lot of key players, including Jalen Daniels, he's already been ruled out for this weekend. What does that say about the direction of this franchise? And also, would the heat be on Joe Shane even more than it is already, Shane, if we can't beat Washington this weekend?
I think it depends who you ask. Like for me, the heat's on Joe Shane, irrespective. But I think the higher up, so to speak, at the New York Giants, I don't know where they're at. I imagine, based on previous things I've read in previous years, I wouldn't be shocked if Steve Tisch maybe had a similar mindset to what I had or what I've got, whereas John Mara's probably a little bit more lenient. I think there could be a little bit of a conversation between them two potentially going on or already happened in regards to where are they at as an organisation with Joe. For me, his time's done. It's all over. Thank you. Goodbye. Dial at the door at you on the way out, etc., etc. I'm done with Joe Shane now. But there is no doubt about it. I think winning one or two of the next 4 games will probably save his job and cost his organisation another 2 years.
Craig, what's your thoughts on
that? It is difficult. Like I get the whole idea around. It's weird, isn't it? Because like last year we wanted the tank train because we wanted to be able to take a quarterback high, and that was kind of the be all end all for a lot of us. And this year, you kind of look at the tank train idea and you think to yourself, well, the only reason we really want to lose and keep that high draft pick is because it gives us an opportunity to do more in the draft and trade down and accumulate picks and be able to pick up more, not blue chip prospects, because we've spoken a million times, Shane, about prospects in the draft and how it doesn't matter how high you take somebody, it doesn't always work out. And we've been bitten twice in the last 3-4 years in Banks and Neil on that. So it's never a guarantee, but the more times you have an opportunity to take a shot, the more time you are likely to hit. So it does kind of, I can see the want and I can see the not behind it. I really don't know where to go. I do think Joe Shane will be gone, and I think Shane's point around Tisch is absolutely spot on. And this might be it. It might be a case that Joe, Mara wants to keep him, and then Tisch comes in and goes, actually, bang, 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 gives all his reasons, and the next thing we know is that he's got rid of him. And that's what happened with Joe Judge. Mara wanted to keep Judge. He had that press conference at the end of the season that wasn't ideal. Tisch came in and just basically went, hell no. And before you know it, Mara's gone from, okay, we're going to keep him, to actually you're fired and we're on the head coach search. So there's plenty that could happen. In the terms of the, if the Giants can't dominate this 3-10 Commanders team, if there's one thing that we've seen throughout the season, is the fact that outside of that Patriots game, we have largely battled, and especially offensively, we've been able to put up numbers. Last week was a little bit of a reality check, or not last week, sorry, the week before against the Patriots was a little bit of a reality check, I think, for the offense. I still don't trust our defense at all, but Marcus Mariota doesn't scare me. He threw an interception last week. I mean, so did Jaden Daniels. But I think if you look at the games remaining, it's only week 18 against Dallas that I actually think we don't have a chance to win, because I do think Dallas are going to push Philly very close to this league to the NFC East title. And with the Eagles now dropping 3 in a row, I know they play the Raiders this weekend, but with them dropping 3 in a row, I do think they're vulnerable right now. And yes, the Cowboys lost to the Lions last week, but I think that the Cowboys have got a pretty easy run in as it is. I'm pretty sure they play Washington twice and us once, so they've got an opportunity there. So we need to do it. We should do it, but in the same breath, I'm just not sure if it's a lose-lose. It's a lose-lose situation this week. I think it doesn't matter what happens for the Giants. Someone loses.
Exactly. I think, Dallas, if, going 2-3 weeks down the line, Dallas could be, like you said, well in potential playoff contention, depending on how the next few weeks go. So, yeah, like when it comes to week 18, they could be really sort of looking to turn the screw and get that win.
Just decimate us, couldn't they?
Yeah, exactly that. But yeah, the game this weekend could literally go either way. And that's what it is. It made it like really quite difficult to call the game as well, and to sort of, especially obviously with Daniel's not going to be playing, Mariota's there. Mariota doesn't scare me. The Commanders don't scare me at all compared to what we thought they were going to be this season. Obviously week one was week one. Fully healthy squad. They did what they needed to do, but now we're 14 weeks in. And look where Washington are. They're the second worst team in the NFC, only behind us right now. So, and they've got the same record as the Saints and the Cardinals in the NFC with at 3-10. And the Saints have beat us this season as well. So it's like, well, are we going to win this game? Or are we not going to win this game? Who knows? But it's going to it's going to be an intriguing watch. Put it that way. I think it's going to be. I think it'll be quite a fairly close game, overall, in all honesty. Injury report, have we got it, Craig?
I have got it. It came out literally 3 minutes after we finished talking about the injury report. So thanks,
There
Giles.
we go.
I'll go in a weird order here, but full participants: Corey Black, Joshua Azudu, who I forgot even existed. Demetrius Flanagan Fowles, which is quite good because I thought he's been good this year. Art Green, Darius Musa are both back, so we should have some linebacker depth, which is nice. And Tyrone Tracy all full. Limited, Bo Collins with a neck injury, Theo Johnson toe, Tyler Nubin quad, Gunnar Olszewski with a concussion, and Greg Van Roten shoulder. Olszewski limited with a concussion kind of shows to me that he will probably miss this weekend's game. So it wouldn't surprise me if we do see, let me reword that. We should see Smith-Marset get called up for the first time this season. We should, but this is the Giants, and we can't guarantee anything.
No, it'll be Xavier Gibson, mate. Don't worry.
Shane's both scared and excited at the thought of Xavier Gibson, because watching him will be horrific, but he could cost us the game. So. Am I right?
If I speak, I am in trouble.
They did not participate in practice, which are the important ones. So DJ Davison's got an illness, Victor Dimukeji's knee injury, Jamie Gillen left knee. So apparently we're being specific with Jamie as to which knee it is. Is he left? Is it a lefty? I think he is, isn't he? So that would be a big,
it's kicking
big highlight. Nick Jones, shoulder, Nacho, ankle, and Kayvon with that shoulder injury still. So defensively, just absolutely battered, and then the punter as well. But no one not practicing on the offensive side. So
Interesting. All right, cool. Thanks for that. All right, then history question. So for this week's history question, I'm playing to the potential strengths of my co-host tonight. So we're not going too far back here. We're going back to week 7 of 2023. Yeah, it's history, but it's only 2 years ago, when the Giants last beat Washington at MetLife in what was a low-scoring victory, 14-7. What I want to know is, who was the Giants' starting quarterback that day?
What year was it?
2023.
2 years ago.
Was that when DJ went out in the Dallas game because of the head injury? Who was the backup then?
I don't know. You tell me.
It would have been Tyrod.
Ding, 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 ding. Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor is the answer. He went 18 and 29, 279 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Not bad. Before his brittle bones gave up and we had Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, then. Who was our leading receiver in that game? Oh, Holt, you should know all the answers to these questions then. Get them in the comments. Come on.
He's probably smashed.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, who was our leading receiver in the game?
We're still talking about Tyrod. Let's
Yeah,
say
he had a rib injury at some point.
I'll go for the obvious, Darius Slayton.
Darius Slayton? No, not Darius Slayton.
Jalen Hyatt?
Wasn't Jalen Hyatt.
I thought it would just be one of those kind of ones.
Wandale?
No. It was a tight end.
Belly. It wasn't Darren.
Really?
Was it Waller?
Darren Waller. 7 catches, 98 yards and a touchdown.
Shit the bed.
Was that his only touchdown?
His best performance as a Giant came against the
Washington that's why.
Yeah, exactly. And also, who had the Giants' only interception of the game?
X.
Nope.
Adore.
Nope.
Was it a cornerback?
Yep.
Was it Banks?
Yep.
Oh, see, I was telling myself it wore him because he's done fuck all for us.
Exactly. The one game he does do something. Yeah. The one game both Darren Waller and Deontay Banks do something for the Giants. Yeah. See, Holt, you got the right answer in the comments for Darren Waller. There you go. All right, bonus question. Who was the Commanders' starting quarterback that day? What were you going to say, Craig?
The comments are normally around about 10 to 20 seconds behind us talking live as well. So when I saw that and it came up just after I'd said it, I was like, oh, cheating. But actually, he's not because of the time
It
delay.
doesn't
So
come up.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. Commander starting quarterback. There we go.
Good God.
I mean, this
Sam
could be
Howell.
anything.
It's Sam Howell. There we go.
Oh, what a shout.
That's a great shout.
That's top bing.
Brush that shoulder off.
That is.
Brush that shoulder off. And lastly, then, this is quite a fun one. I thought I'll throw it in there for a bit of fun. How many total punts were there in the game?
12.
That's what I was going to say.
12 is a good guess.
14.
More than that.
16.
More than that.
20.
Holty knows. Bloody loads.
20.
Not quite 20. There was 18 total punts in that game.
That is turgid, isn't it?
10 for Joey Sly in Washington.
Overall under 18 points this weekend.
Oh.
Under.
I mean, yeah, it got to be under, surely.
I'm getting over. 2 shit teams.
It's fair. Yeah, Joey Sly had 10 for Washington and Jamie Gillen had 8 for the Giants. There was 22 total drives in that game. 18 of them ended in punts. There was the one turnover. Yeah, there was the one turnover, and then obviously the 3 drives where there was touchdowns.
Right.
What a game.
Here's one for you. So Holty's saying, how's that for your first trip to MetLife, yeah? the game we saw for our first trip to MetLife, that Patriots Giants game,
Awful.
would it have been just as bad if it wasn't for the fact that we were in the media box?
Oh, it'd have been worse. It would have been
raining
worse. I'd
as
be
well.
fuming.
It was cold. It was raining. I would have been absolutely raging.
Same
How
season.
cold it was outside the stadium.
Yeah,
And that morning when we got there,
Yeah.
Arctic.
it was freezing.
To be fair, Dan, how cold was it before the Ravens game? But we went to this might be too much for the podcast, but I don't care. I walked into one of the portaloos outside the stadium, and it was so cold that the piss had frozen in the portaloo.
You're not wrong.
It was like what, -3, I think, before the game.
Easily. Yeah, we were all huddled around a fire in a rate of rate. It was almost like a raging bonfire in the car park, wasn't it? In the parking lot beforehand. Yeah, it was bloody cold. But there we go. A little bit of fun for you. 18 punts in a game. Fucking hell. That's got to be some sort of record almost.
I'd like to see the record.
I know I would as well. Interesting. Might have to look that up. All right, moving on. As we're now only 4 short weeks away from the end of the regular season, hallelujah. Shane, it's time to bring back an old favourite.
It is indeed. We're going to visit the tankathon.
I thought you were going to say boop boop, but almost.
No, so I'm visiting the
time.
I'm visiting the tankathon this week with a slightly different look on it now we have done previous years, because like every single year we've done it, we've kind of just looked at what the current standings are like, who the Giants have got next, how teams have got on, etc. But this week I'm going to focus particularly on that number 1 overall pick that the Giants currently hold. So if with the Giants on there by the past week, it allowed effectively the rest of the league to fall in terms. Fall in place in regards to games played. Because obviously the Giants have played one more than everybody else because everyone had their bye. What it's done is it's effectively the draft order as we head into the last 4 weeks of the season. We're all on level playing field now. So you had both the Titans and the Saints winning, which propelled the Giants up to the number 1 pick as things stand. Now, we all know the New York Giants. We all know that, like, for what has felt like every single goddamn year, they love to throw in a meaningless win every now and again. Let's go, yay, here's a win, fuck your draft. Thanks for that.
Might be coming this weekend.
And we've got 4 games left, as I say. One against the Jaden Daniels-less Washington Commanders, another against, arguably, for me, the worst team in the NFL right now in the Las Vegas Raiders. And they currently have the number 2 overall pick. Now,
that's going to be a quality game, isn't it?
I'm dreading this weekend. I'm going to be dreading that one even more. Like, I've watched the Raiders play, and literally, on Last Man Standing now, I'm backing whoever's playing the Raiders every week. I'm fucking guaranteed to win.
But they will win if they just hand the ball to Ashton Genty every single play.
Oh yeah, just don't even bother throwing it. Just hand the ball off to him.
But yeah, as per the Athletics Simulator, the Giants, as it stands, only have an 8% chance of the number 1 pick. They have a 53% chance of a top 5 pick and a massive 98% chance of a top 10 pick. Some others must see us getting a win at some point. The fact that we've got the number 1 pick right now, we've got an 8% chance of keeping it. Everyone's backing us to win. I know that's amazing, but everyone's backing us to win at some point over the next kind of 4 weeks. Now, interestingly, it's the Raiders who've got the best chances of getting that number 1 draft pick. They currently sit at 44% chance of getting that number 1 draft pick. And then the Titans behind them with 21%. And then you've got the Jets at 10%. You've even got the New York Jets in front of us in terms of what the analytics, as Dave's like to call it, are telling us. So that's where we're kind of at in regards to our chances of getting the number 1 pick, top 5 pick, and a top 10 pick. So I've got 2 questions for you guys. I'll ask both of you an answer each because we've got a bit of time, 45 minutes, and we'd like to go on a little bit of a tangent. So we've only an 8% chance of the number 1 pick and 53% chance of a top 5 pick. Craig, I'll come to you first. What draft pick would the New York Giants have to have? Because in a recent mock draft, the Giants was projected to trade back. So what draft pick would the Giants have to have for you to be able to turn around and say, I'm not going to be trading back. I don't want to trade back. Because there's always a number in people's minds, you know. Some people, they don't want to move at the top 5. Some people don't want to move at the top 10. What kind of... Shane does maths. I'm from the Black Country. My maths might not be bang on point. So
Black country maths.
we listen and we don't judge if I am wrong. Okay? But now, Craig, what would your...
What would
where would you not want to trade back from? Like, say if the Giants got the number 7 pick, are you like, yeah, I don't want to move it at top 7, or are you like, I'll be happy moving as long as I'm in the top 10 still?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because a lot, you think about the teams that are going to need a quarterback, and they're the ones that you're mainly going to trade back with. It's not often that you see trade ups for players other than a quarterback, despite the fact that the Falcons did it last year, and so did the Jags. But the Jags took Travis Hunter, so I think that that's a little bit of an anomaly there. The Saints are probably potentially going to look at a quarterback, though. Tyler Shuck has done well recently. I think the Raiders will probably
rushing touchdowns last week.
Yeah. I think the Raiders will be in with a shout. I think the Jets will be in with a shout, and I think dark horse wise, the Rams could be there. Now the Rams are going to be picking high, and they do have 2 draft picks. First round draft picks next year. So the Rams make it interesting because of where their 2 picks are going to be. So you could still technically trade back, pick up more. We don't have a 3rd rounder next year, I don't believe. So that also adds another thing. So I think outside the top 10, you're not trading back, and I don't think we're going to obviously be outside the top 10. So I'm quite comfortable trading back anywhere within that spread as long as we're picking up value for it. I'm not sure if anyone's got the Rams 2 picks to hand. I don't know if you've got Tankathon open there, Shane.
It's on my open webpage. I can assure you of that.
Yeah,
they've got 9 and at the moment 31.
Okay, so I'm probably saying 8 then. I think if we're sort of 8th or below, I'm probably sticking and picking, because I don't think that the Rams are going to give up that much to go from 9 to 8. But I think if to jump a team who potentially could be in 7 who might want a quarterback, there's always that potential. Jets. Yeah. So yeah, we'll say 8.
Dan, where would you feel comfortable trading back from at the most?
Yeah, I think 8's probably a sweet spot, because you're still looking at, I said, there's going to be plenty of teams that are quarterback needy in the top 10. Raiders, Cleveland, Saints, maybe Jets. There's 4 right there. So even if we're 5th, is anyone likely to trade up for a quarterback? Maybe, potentially, like I said, the Rams. See, I think if we're in the top 8, I would say, yeah, I think top 8 is probably a sweet spot. To be fair, having a top 10 pick, I'm not going to complain about it, because you are going to get a potentially quality player. My only concern is the our recent history of top 10 picks haven't exactly been great. No. Like you said, with Evan Neal, and if we can keep a pick in the top 5 and not have to trade back, hallelujah, that'd be great. But do we need that top 5 pick? Maybe not. But it'd be great. It'd be great to trade back and pick up some more capital. Like I said, a 3rd round pick, even a potential 1 for next year if we're that high, you know.
I mean, there's a few points on that, in the fact that a lot of people say that next year's draft is going to be stronger than this year's draft. I think that's a general consensus. But I'm going to spin this round and take over, Shane. Mendoza is probably the one that I've heard the most about. I know there's also the Ohio State quarterback, who I can't remember his name.
Simpsons, Alabama.
Oh, Bama. Sorry, I'm thinking
Ah,
Bama.
yeah,
Simpson,
Simpson.
and I think there's one other that people were saying potentially from Oregon, the Oregon QB, who could potentially be up there.
Yeah. What's his name? I keep thinking fucking Dylan Gabriel, but obviously that was last year.
But just kind of on that point,
Mhm.
are there enough quarterbacks for quarterback needy teams to have the want to trade up, do you think? And I know you probably haven't watched the tape in the way that you will watch the tape before the draft as of yet.
For me, I'm not trading back out of 4 because QB needy teams will move up to get the quarterback. I think kind of once you get past 1, 2, 3, you may
It then
be
opens up
reaching.
for a
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
quarterbacks are going to go in the top 5 more than anything else. You know, this isn't the draft of yesteryears where you've got a tackle like Joe Alton there, and you've got a Malik Neighbours, and you've got a Harrison Jr., etc., that are just going to naturally drop the quarterbacks down. And yeah, you've got an Arvel Reese, yeah, okay, you've got a Caleb Downs. Then you start to look at players that, for me, are not blue chip prospects, like your wide receivers. None of them are really on the same level as what we've seen in previous years. So for me, kind of once you get to that kind of pick number 4, I think your quarterbacks could be off the board then, and I think then you're going to struggle to find a trade up partner because the quarterbacks have gone.
Yeah, and that was kind of my thought process there. So
yeah, it's then down to how much are other teams willing to give up for a potential offensive lineman or a potential weapon of some sort, like, or a corner or something like that, and it's a team's going to really want to jump up if they've got someone specific in mind, and they look at the teams around and go, "Oh, are they likely to go?" Yeah, it's an intriguing one. Put it that way. It's going to be an interesting draft this year.
My next question for you both: what do the Dallas Cowboys, Indianapolis Colts, and Arizona Cardinals all have in common from the last 50 years? They've both taken back-to-back first-round quarterbacks in consecutive drafts.
Josh Rosen and Kyler Murray. It's the Cardinals.
Cowboys, it was Aikman and somebody else, and then the Colts. Like these two are going back to the 80s, to be fair. But the reason I'm asking that is because how realistic or concerning would be for you guys if Craig
figures already.
We know what road we're going down here, Craig. But let's say Joe Shane's replaced, and the new guy might want to bring in their own guy at the quarterback position. Is that something? So if I said to you guys, okay, you got 2 options. We get a new GM, but he might very well be considering getting his own guy at the quarterback position in this year's draft, which he's entitled to do realistically. Or to keep Jackson Dart, it means we'll keep Joe Shane. Which are you in favour of?
Ooh.
It's weird because Jackson Dart over the last few weeks has really been touted as a reason for a head coach to come here. Obviously, we don't know what's going on with the GM position, so it's a lot easier to turn around and say, oh, that new head coach is coming in with a team with a young nucleus, with Cam, with Neighbours, with Dart. But yeah, you make a good point. For me, I do think it's very unlikely someone comes in and bins off Dart, but
yeah, he's got too much potential for. I think another GM coming in would be excited to have him as their quarterback.
But what is his potential? Based on what we've seen, I think there's potential there, but I don't think there's anything that wows me. I think every now and again he makes those wow plays, but it's not like he's lighting the league up, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
No, not yet. But I think it's still really early days in his development. I don't think any of us, obviously, at the beginning of the season, none of us expected him to be starting a game come week 4.
None of us wanted it to be, that's why.
No, exactly. None of us wanted
doing
that to happen. So the fact that he was thrust in week 4, it's like, yes, he's had that sort of 10 weeks of development, but also, there's been a lot of off-field changes as well. Obviously, we've lost. He's not played with Neighbours. He's not had Neighbours on the field as a receiver whilst he's been the starting quarterback. So you've got Neighbours to come back as well. You've got potential other weapons that he's got to use. You've got Cam Scatterby to come back from injury as well. So I think he could be really, really good in this league. It'd be nice to see him have a full off season and camp under his belt as QB1, and then begin next season and see where he's at in terms of like training camp preseason next year and see how much he's developed. I think for a GM to come in and select another quarterback in the first round, I think would be in a way quite naive, because you look at it and go, we've got someone potentially that could be a franchise quarterback for the foreseeable future. Why are we giving up on that after 1 year?
I do think that Jackson Dart has played better than Josh Rosen did in his rookie year as well.
Josh Rosen in his rookie year was absolute dog shit.
Yeah, to be fair, all them quarterbacks in their rookie year were pretty shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they didn't look like the quarterbacks that have, at least two of them have turned into, maybe even three if you include Baker.
Yeah, exactly.
I think an interesting one to kind of flip the question around a little bit is that with a new GM coming in, would you be pissed off with that GM if they did take a quarterback when we clearly have bigger holes and bigger needs on the roster than quarterback right now?
I think in the later rounds, not so much.
I think we should pick. I do think we should draft a quarterback. I do. Who was it who said you almost draft a quarterback every year just because?
Yeah.
You know, I do think we should draft a quarterback because we're going to need something. You know,
because
we do have Winston. Our back. We do have our backup with Winston, but we should at least have someone else, because Wilson's going to be gone. But
yeah,
then what you're saying, that comes down to that point of, if you're appointing a new GM, you're giving them free reign, because otherwise you turn around and say we're bringing you in, but you can't be drafting a quarterback. And any GM worth his salt is going to turn around and go, fuck you then. I don't want to want. I'm the general manager.
Yeah. And I do think with the way that we all know what our ownership sort of are like, in the terms of they might do it, but they don't like meddling too much in affairs. I do think that they are not going to be the kind of people who are going to say to a GM that is the be all end all. They are going to let them do what they want. They have historically done that.
But yeah, and to round off the Tankathon topics, I'm mindful of time, and that I'm just going to talk about Phil Yates' mock draft that he released this week. Obviously, like I said, the New York Giants got the number one draft pick right now, and in his mock draft, he had the New York Giants taking at number one overall nobody, as he had a trade projected with the New York Jets. That trade involved the Giants sending their first round pick to the Jets, and in return the Jets send number 7, number 18 and a day 2 pick to the Giants for that selection. He does have the Jets going on to take Fernando Mendoza out of Indiana, and with the New York Giants draft pick at number 7, he has them taking Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver of Arizona State, and then at number 18 he has them taking Avian Terrell, a cornerback out of Clemson.
Receiver and corner in round 1.
Arguably the two biggest needs on this team, you could say.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you draft him for
along with linebacker.
Yeah.
There's probably top 3 needs at the moment. And I mean, I'll sign me up.
Yeah, I mean, I was good because in his mock draft, he has the Cowboys taking Sonny Styles at 15. If he'd have fell at 18, I'd have absolutely loved that.
Craig's on mute.
Yeah, sorry, that was because I was just looking up the NFL Stock Exchange show from last week, where they did a first round mock draft off the new draft order. Have you seen it, Shane, at all?
No, not yet.
Okay, so
feel free to spoil it.
They have the Giants trading down with the Raiders. So the Raiders give up 2 and 34 for 1.
I wouldn't hate it. I prefer the trade with the Jets, I think, in all honesty.
Well, it's funny you say that, because they have the Giants trading down from 1 to 2, But they also have the Giants trading down from 2 to 7 with the
Okay,
Jets.
I can get on board with that.
I'll take that gladly all day.
For a 7 and a 1 next year.
Oh, yes, sign me up.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I think that was all
Have
they
two,
had.
have 2 1s next year. Sign me up.
Was it with the Jets or was it with the? No, I don't think it was with the Jets. I think it might have been. It was with the Cardinals, and it was to trade down to 8 and a 1
They're
next
currently
year
at 8, yeah.
in exchange for 2. So it's you trade down, you get 1, and was that the second rounder? I think it was of the
34, yeah.
Yeah, 34.
Number two and 34 from Las Vegas.
So you're
and
then
then trade-
picking 34 and 33.
Mm.
And then you're also trading back again at 2 to go for 8 and picking up the first rounder next year.
Have 8, 33, 34, and 1 next year. Loving life.
Yeah. I just want to see.
8's a receiver, 33 and 34. Corner, linebacker.
Well, it's funny you say that because 8 was Makai Lemon.
No.
Tyson and Tate were off the board.
Caleb Downs off the board.
Caleb Downs off the board. Yeah. On the board.
Arvell Reese off the board.
Arvell Reese went 3.
Fuck.
So I guess your only other option other than Makai Lemon would be to take one of the cornerbacks. You're looking at German, McCoy, or Mansour Delane.
I think I'd take Delane over them, to be honest with you.
Or
Delane's
Sonny
a bit of a
Styles.
Marmite corner. You either love him or you hate him.
Sonny Styles at 8?
Nah, I'd rather trade back and take him at about 12. I don't think he's worth a top 10 pick. I love him as a linebacker, but I think the positional value doesn't quite meet it.
Taking a linebacker top 10's not
done.
It's very unusual, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very
anyway,
unusual.
that's enough of my tangent on the tangent.
Nice.
I'm doing my
tangent.
tangent as well, so I think that just leaves one thing left, is it?
Well, there is one more tangent we could go on that was put in by Aaron. It is our only podcast this week, so we can run a little bit over an hour.
Mayo Madness. Bit of Mayo Madness.
The Mayo Madness trade, yeah. So the Browns get number 1 and Thibodeau. We get 27 and Myles Garrett, because apparently Garrett wants out of Cleveland, but I do believe that Garrett has been wanted out of Cleveland for forever. And then the Giants at number 27 take, I'm going to call him Casey Conception here.
What do you say that?
Yeah, how do you pronounce his surname?
Out of Texas, is it?
Yeah, Concepcion.
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 I don't even know with a French sounding name in the team. Thanks very much.
But so yeah, what are your thoughts on that? You're getting your wide receiver at 27, probably not one of the top wide receivers there, but you're swapping one.
My concern with that trade is 2 things. Number 1, you really want to swap Cleveland for New York right now?
Yeah.
Let's be honest, I don't think even I'd want to do that. And number 2, maybe it's delving into it a little bit too much detail, but could we even afford Myles Garrett? Because money
was going to be
as hell as it is for us at the minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Considering we're
paying
only going to be paying
Burns.
under the 5th-year option, so it's not like we're going to get any cap relief, so to speak, from him in comparison to what we're going to have to take on for Myles Garrett.
Yeah. Considering we're paying Burns
I
a stupid amount of money as well. I think that would be dangerous. I mean, obviously, I know we're not paying crazy money to a quarterback, but again, like your offensive line, you're potentially then ruling out re-signing Jermaine Illuminor.
Yeah.
You're asking correct decision. That I'm getting off on another tangent here.
Not re-signing Jermaine Illuminor.
Yeah,
it's a mistake.
Yeah,
I think it's either going to look very, very smart or very fucking stupid, depending on how Marcus Bowe develops.
Yeah.
If Bowe steps in and he's absolutely spot on, you're going to go, oh, that's a fucking great decision. We've saved ourselves.
Genius move. Yeah.
10, 15 million a year here. But if Bowe comes in and struggles,
We'll go, shit, we should have re-signed him.
The knives will be out again.
Of course we will.
Yep.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be all well and good having Miles Garrett on one side and having Burns on the other. Fantastic. But that's $50+ million there just on two.
What's our cap space? 17 million, is it? How was a team so shit have no money?
You can get it to 56 with a restructure and some releases.
I think is it Cut Runyon saves 10 million. I think Bobby O saves about 8 million.
Yeah, you can cut Gano, that saves 4.
But even so, how's the team so shit have no money? Like,
it's
because the money going?
It's because we don't use void years. I will continue to bang the table for the Giants starting to become a little smarter. And I said this last week when I was talking to Mayo about it, and the Browns might not be a good team and they might not have spent the money wisely, but they do still seem to be able to pay Myles Garrett despite the fact that they are throwing a shit ton of money at Deshaun Watson, because of the fact that they are smart with void years and they know that the cap is steadily going to go up. The Eagles do it as well.
If the thing is, you ain't got to be a Saints or an Eagles where you're going into the week before the new season starts minus 70 million and you're scrambling to try and sort it out. You just say when you've got a couple of players like I know Malik's not been extended yet, but you'll have a Malik soon. You've got a Dexter Lawrence, you've got an Andrew Thomas, players who, unless you've got plans on moving them on, why not backload a little bit?
Yeah.
It's just smart business, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's smart business, and I think, mate, the fact that we've not really done it, the fact that Joe Shane hasn't really done it,
we've never done it.
Maybe that's another black mark against his name. Maybe
he don't need to Dan, believe me.
We have never done it. Like Gettleman never did it. Gettleman just like paying people up front and then absolutely dicking us.
Do you reckon this is an ownership thing?
I don't know. I don't really. It might be because I think
it's not the New York way.
No, I think Aaron said that you have to put it in escrow or something. So you have to put it into a holding account, essentially. Some of the money. So the owners do have to put up that money up front. So there is though cap-wise, it doesn't affect us. For the ownership and actual money, it does. But for what we're valued at...
Let's face it. The owners are all billionaires.
Yeah.
Would it really make much of a difference to put $30 million into a little box for a few years? Nah.
You put $30 million in my box if I want.
Put $1 million in mine, I'll be happy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Fucking hell.
Whatever you do not put a fucking joint season to get in that box. I don't want that shit.
No, not at the moment, anyway. Not at the moment. All right, then let's get on with predictions before we round out the show. Season predictions so far are on the screen. Kev and Aaron are both joint on 5 because I think Kev got prediction right last. No, Aaron got prediction right last time, didn't he?
Kev went for Giants. Kev did Giants. We all went Patriots.
Yeah, so Aaron's now clawed it back, and they're now joint 4th. Craig, you're slightly ahead of that with 7 out of 13. Then comes me on 10 and Shane on 11. This is going to be intriguing.
How many wins have we got, Shane, as the Giants?
It's the Giants, 2.
The Giants, exactly.
Because you picked against them every single week. And is it going to change this week? Let's find out. So first up, prediction-wise, is Kev. What's Kev gone for, Craig? I kind of have a feeling I know what's coming.
Kev has gone for a Giants win, as he would do. 20-27. So close, one score game there. Not a classic, but enough action there to quell the 18 pump under over.
Nice. Aaron's prediction is up next.
He has gone for the Giants getting a little bit more. but holding the Commanders to the same, so 31-20 win.
31-20. Interesting. All right, Craig.
I think the Giants do win 20-17. I don't think it's as a high scoring game as people think. I think that there'll be divisional rivalries always bring a little bit more out of players. To be fair, and I don't think it will be a high score. I don't think it will be a particularly great game either.
No, I think it'll be. Like I said, it'll be an interesting game. That's for sure. The thing is, the Washington offense at times has looked good this season. But like I said, there's just been far too much inconsistency with the amount of injuries, the lack of depth. But they put up yards on offense, which is obviously a concern for our defense because our defense is shit. But they're on an 8-game losing streak as well. You've got to take that into consideration. They've not had any luck this year so far, really. And last week they looked like absolute trash against Minnesota. I've gone for a Giants win, 27-13. Shane, are you joining the dark side?
So Dan's got 10 right this season. I've got 11 right this season. After this weekend, the gap is going to be shortened or extended.
You're going to either be the victor of the more likely to be the winner of the season, or we're going to be level pegging.
Yeah, because I've gone for a Washington win, 17-14. I think it'll be a close. I think it'll be a close game. I'll say it now. I won't be surprised if the Giants did win this. The fact of the matter is, it's very, very simple. I do not fucking trust this team. I do not trust this coaching. I have no faith whatsoever. I'm shot as a Giants fan, in all honesty. I have got nothing left to believe in anymore because they've just drained it out of me over the last 4 years.
On the bus?
It's not even so much on the bus. I just do not trust this organisation in general. I don't trust them to make the right roster decisions. I don't trust them to make the right play calling decisions. I don't even trust them to turn up to the ground safely. I do not trust this team with anything whatsoever. Like I say, one suppose they did win because I do think the Washington football team, Washington Commanders, are pretty shit, and they got absolutely annihilated the weekend. We all took Washington on the handicap we had on our bet.
Yeah, don't remind us.
That's what I mean. Remind us. Like, it was the result of the weekend was a big surprise against what for me is a underwhelming Minnesota team. Is probably the best way to put it.
Very underwhelming. And then they're regretting not re-signing Sam Darnold right now.
Oh, 100%. And then you take out Washington's best player in Jaden Daniels. Don't get me wrong, they've still got some good solid players and that, and the wide receiver core is brilliant. But I still just do not trust this Giants team to get the dub.
Yeah, no, that's fair, man. I think for me, like it was I was going backs and forwards, pros and cons. And I thought, like, Washington looked bad against Minnesota. They looked bad. And they've looked bad the last few weeks. And I just thought, obviously with us against the Patriots, like, it was a bit of a wake-up call, like I said, for the offense, but we've at least been competitive, whereas Washington they haven't really even looked competitive the last month or so. So that's kind of why I sort of swayed towards the Giants, really. And
that's why I couldn't go for the Giants, because I'd be saying I'm backing the Giants to win because of how bad Washington are, not because of how good the Giants are.
Yeah. I think I would have gone for Washington if Zach Ertz was playing, because we know.
That's exactly.
Zach Ertz has had our number for quite a few years as well.
And they're saying it could even potentially be a career ender for him as well.
I think he's 34, so it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the tackle looked bad. Do you know what?
More damage.
Just while we're talking about Zach Ertz, I just want to call out the Hard Knocks episode. There was no need to show the aftermath of that. There was no need to see him like crying on the cart as they're wheeling him away. I just thought that was a
little bit insensitive.
Just have a bit of class. That's potentially the end of his career, and I know,
and I
it's
think
part
he
of the
realised that
story
and knew that.
Yeah, and I think you could show him on the floor and everything, and you could show him, but you just didn't need to show him on the cart, like visibly, like distraught. I think that just takes it slightly too far.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, for those that want to put a bit of money on the game at the weekend, I said the Giants are 2.5-point favourites, and they're favourites on the money line as well. Over unders 46.5.
Have we all gone under? No.
I've gone under. Shane's gone under. You've gone under. The others have gone over. So interesting.
So Kieran's put
Get howling, Shane.
Kieran's put 17-13 win for the Giants in a bore fest to start derailing the train. Holty's put 14-10 Washington because he wants that train to keep going. And Keith has gone for an absolute classic 6-3 Giants win with each team missing 4 field goals each.
Wow. Each team missing 4 field goals. Fucking hell.
Oh, imagine. Oh.
Poor one.
Why don't wish that upon us?
No, don't even manifest it. Don't even think of it. It'll be painful to watch. That'll be painful. Oh no, don't want to even think about it. But there we go. So yeah, it's how the difference 2 weeks can make, eh? We've all gone, apart from Shane, we've all gone for a Giants win. I think it's the first time that's happened this
smoking for Christmas, man.
It's Christmas. Why not?
You've like been on some mulled wine or something, you know?
Nah, not quite yet. Maybe we'll need it on Sunday. Unfortunately, that is all we have time for this evening. We'll be back on Tuesday to review the game at the usual time of 8:30. Make sure you tune in then. We'll be tuning into a Giants win. Who knows? We'll find out. Anything else to add before we go, guys?
So we've only got 4 weeks left. Tuning Tuesday. Dan's going to be tied with me at 11. Where I'm going to have gained a 2-game lead with 3 to play.
While I sit in mediocrity in the middle there.
Mid-table? No, nothing wrong with mid-table, mate.
You sit on that fence.
You see, why break the habit of a lifetime, eh, Shane? Why break the habit of a lifetime? No, it's very interesting. Obviously, we started against Washington week 1. We come off our bye week into our 4-game streak here, and it's Washington up first as well. So it's going to be interesting. I'm so torn about whether I want this win or not. It's just,
you know.
I think even if we don't, if we do win, we're still gonna be in the mix for a top 5.
I don't even think it's draft position. I think it's more around the it's papering over cracks, isn't it? That's my biggest issue.
Yeah, I mean,
it's for an L is for the greater good,
and also to extend your disdain and hatred for this team, right, Shane?
Trust me, that can't get extended anymore.
No, I mean, as always, we look forward to the game in a weird, not like crazy kind of way. Like we like punishment on this program, don't we?
Masochistic.
Yeah, that's the one. That's it. I wouldn't be surprised if we win, but also I wouldn't be surprised if we lose as well. It's very difficult to call this game, and I think we're only really going to know the sort of true picture come game time on Sunday. There's still plenty of time between now and then for things to change. But yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Looking forward to it. And I said, could we come out of this weekend with a win? Is it a pointless win? Who knows? But it could change the landscape of the very near future. So we'll be watching with a lot of interest and intrigue. Check out our socials for the latest news. Follow the links in the description to find where we are. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like I said at the beginning, and hit the bell to be notified on when we go live. Thanks to everyone for watching this evening, and for those listening on audio. For those watching, we appreciate obviously all your comments, your and your predictions as well. And my thanks as ever go to Shane and to Craig for joining me. We'll sign off until next time. Let's go Giants.